All right, here we are once again. This is Talk About Games with Ryan and Mike.
Hey.
And today we are playing, yes, PS4. Ryan's found a game that I might be interested in, and it's called, am I pronouncing this right? It's called Super Metroid. No, it's called Axiom Verge?
It's called Axiom Verge.
Now, do you know what that means? Like, what the hell? It's a weird name.
It means Super Metroid 20 years later.
Okay.
That's the definition of it. Yeah, and there was like some weird like Venus flytrap things on there too. Like if you look, there it is.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. It should be called a Axiom Snatch. All right. I had to go there.
I was gonna make the. Now I don't know what to do because I was gonna make the joke, and then he did it. See, that's what happens when it's not James and Mike. When it's Ryan and Mike, now I don't know what to say.
So in this game, you're a guy. You're like a lab technician, down on his luck. It's
Yeah.
2005. And
2005.
Why not, right?
Sure.
It's like all these old games have years.
It's the year YouTube came out.
Oh, really?
That's all I know about 2005. That's when YouTube came out. Nothing else happened that year.
And he was like, YouTube came out, I'm gonna play with lasers. So I gotta get out of my cone of silence now and go grab a gun. If you wake up in a giant egg and start hearing voices in your head, don't call me.
Oh, you're getting a phone call. This couldn't possibly look any more like Metroid.
It's just different colors.
Pretty much.
Oh, alien writing.
I am curious to find out what exactly is different about this game compared to Metroid, because clearly it's a Metroid wannabe here.
Did Samus have a high-tech biomechanoid weapon?
No, but as soon as the game starts, Samus went and grabbed the morph ball thing.
To the left.
To the left, just like that.
Yeah, exactly. This music sounds a little bit like the Robotnik stages in Sonic CD. Like it's got like that weird like mechanical thing to it. Don't forget to save.
Oh, it's even.
It's like the coffins in Symphony of the Night.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Would you say this is inspired by Metroid? I guess you have to say it's inspired by, but this is so similar.
Yeah, it's funny. There was I think it was Game Developer Conference dinner that the designer of this game was at.
Yeah.
And like one guy worked on this game basically. And Reggie Fils-Aimé from Nintendo was there, and he saw the game playing on the screen because the guy was trying to give a demo.
Uh-huh.
And he popped in and he was like, that looks like Metroid.
Yeah.
And then one of the crowd heckled him and said, well, if you don't make it, somebody has to.
That is true. There hasn't been a Metroid in a while. What was the last Metroid game? Here's the better question. What was the last Metroid game like this? Like a side scroller? None of the Metroid Prime stuff.
It was Zero Mission on GBA. I like that. Like,
did you like Fusion?
I loved Fusion.
I thought Fusion was amazing. I saw a comment on YouTube the other day, somebody like giving shit like to Metroid Fusion. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I think that's one of the best Metroid games that there ever was.
One of the thing is that was like the first time that Samus was out of the suit for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was the big thing when you brought the original Metroid home as a kid. Mm-hmm. It's like you didn't know Samus was a girl, and then you did the Justin Bailey code and all that. So I just got this Nova gun, and what it does is I hit it once, and then I hit it again, and it explodes. But I'm gonna use it because see these doors?
Yeah.
I can shoot up here and
it's cool.
Do that.
It's a cool gun.
Pop it open.
Now, question about this and about the PS4 in general, since I'm a noob. How would one get this game? You don't go into the store and buy this, right?
No, it's a digital download.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is PS4 mostly like people are downloading the games? Is that like the big thing, or is it still like?
Well, one thing that's weird is they don't really release the different sales statistics.
Uh-huh.
But I would say a lot of people are downloading.
Okay.
But if I get a game that's retail, like if I can go to GameStop or local game store or whatever and get it,
yeah,
I don't get it download because I like the disc. I only buy it.
I got New Super Luigi U or whatever that game's called. Like New Super Mario, but it's like New Super Luigi. I downloaded it because it came out on download before it came out like in the stores. Now you can go to the store and you can actually get the disc. What is the deal with that, where they're making games where you can get them digital download before they come out on a disc?
They did the same thing with DuckTales Remastered.
Yeah, I actually saw that, too.
Yeah.
What is the deal with that? Like, why not put it out at the same time? Because I would have rather had the disc. My thought behind why they might do that is because they know you'll buy it and then maybe you'll buy it again. Is that what they're doing?
I think they probably make more. I mean, honestly, I think they probably make more money from it when you buy it digitally.
Because they don't have to print the actual.
Yeah. So, like, for a
game.
small title like that, there's more risk in doing a physical release.
Right.
Yeah, remember these guys from Metroid? The guys who come down from the ceiling?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. The problem is that they exploded when you came down. These guys, they pop back up. That makes it different. The one thing that this has that the original Metroid didn't have is the map.
Yeah.
You need that.
Well, Metroid Zero Mission had it, though.
And Fusion and
Yeah.
Super Metroid. And
Because Zero Mission is the first game. Oh, is this the first boss?
yeah, it's funny. He was just a badass. We just, like, annihilated rooms full of bad guys. And now he's like, whoa, I'm lost. Help me out. I'm sorry, if you see that guy, you just start shooting.
Yeah, seriously.
You know?
That was a cool explosion.
Yeah. By the way, in Super Metroid, after you kill the bosses, all the power-ups
Yeah.
drop exactly like that.
When does a game go from inspired to rip off? Not saying that this is, because I don't think it is. This seems to just be inspired. But what's the line?
Well, I mean, think about what this game does differently. I mean, they're getting more into the story.
Like this drilling thing, that's not in Metroid.
No, it's not.
So there you go.
Okay, I would say this game is a ripoff. If he's like rolling around in a ball and dropping bombs, I think that's the point.
Okay.
If at any point
If he turns into the morph ball.
he turns into the morph ball, just shut the camera off. We're done.
And you don't know either if there is a morph ball.
No, I don't. I mean,
Okay. There very well could be.
yeah. They just do it out of order so people don't know. It's
It comes like a little bit later.
yeah, you know.
If it was the first thing you got, people would give up too quickly.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Come on."
Yeah.
Oh, I just want to say one of the things that I think is funny is I just died, and I'm coming back to the save point.
Okay.
And the game is aware that I died. He freaks out and he's like, "You died. We saved your mind machines."
That's funny. I'm wondering if you have to go through that every single time, or if that's a one-time thing.
Yeah, I haven't died more than once, so
I would hope the second time you don't have to go through that.
yeah. I'm sure I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Do you think that the end boss of this game is a giant brain in a glass jar
Well,
called Father Brain?
I think judging from them, yeah, that'd be great. Father Brain.
I was surprised.
Look,
to
it's a
see-
snork.
Come along with the snorks.
I gotta pay attention.
Yeah,
there.
we're gonna find out though.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's see. If they do it again, it's stupid. Let's see. Are they gonna tell us again about this bullshit?
Oh,
Or do we just go? Please just go. Please just go.
oh,
Yeah,
we're
you just
going.
go.
You just go.
They were smart enough. Good designing on that part.
But that's the point I want to jam home though. There's no they. This was some guy named Tom.
Okay. Well, I'm just used to saying they because most
Yeah.
games are more than one person.
No, yeah.
But it's like the AVGN game was pretty much like one dude doing it for the most part. That's what's cool about indie games. That's what was cool about Atari games, is that most of those were designed by one person. That's why I think Atari was so cool, and why indie games now like this are so cool, is because it can be just one or two, maybe three people in a room designing a fucking game. When you have 1 million people working on a game, it's like too many cooks spoil the stew type of thing.
Well, also, you know, they have to focus group test it, and they got to go through all this. Like,
exactly, all that bullshit. This shit here, when you're shooting this like this, reminds me of Mega Man, like Mega Man 3, 4.
like Gemini Man stage.
Yeah, all
kind of
that.
thing.
Doesn't that look like that?
Yeah. You just need the little tadpoles to come out.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what's that?
That's
Morph
fucking-
ball.
If it's Morphle, I don't think it's gonna be. Health
Oh,
mode?
okay.
Okay, I'll take that. Boom. Using this drill is awesome. This is like down thrust, like in Zelda.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was thinking of like Super Mario 2, where you dig up the dirt.
No, Zelda 2. Adventure Link.
Yeah, no.
Like, you know how there's like rocks in Zelda 2, and like you can down thrust through the rocks? That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah, that's actually one of the main criticisms of this game, that the backtracking is too much. Whoa, it's all glitching out.
Yeah, it looks like it's glitching out on purpose, though. Something bad's coming. Whenever you see piles of corpses, you know.
I'd be like, I'm going home. Ooh.
So, oh, this is cool. Oh, crap. They curse a little bit in this.
Hiding behind this thing, like he shoots the 3 things. You don't want to destroy this.
Yeah, that's your barricade.
Yeah.
It's like Space Invaders. You gotta stay behind your barricade. I think you have to hit the yellow shit on him with your green...
With the...
Whatever, that Kilver.
Well, here, let's try to get... Oh, there you go.
Just fucking do that, actually. That's better.
There you go. Yeah, and this isn't bad.
And again, it's like the robotic part doesn't get hurt, but the organic part, it gets hurt on that.
Yeah, because your gun is like some kind of... like, if you look at the name of the gun, it's some kind of like anti-biological.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See how he turned orange when we shot him? That's like the life bar. Yeah, like this, it's just timing. Jump, jump,
yeah, this is fairly easy.
Yeah, jump, jump.
Boom, he's dead, huh?
Boom.
That was kind of, the explosions are awesome.
Yeah. No, you know what's funny? Those bouncing circles in there and the squares, the original Metroid did that too. It's like...
Yeah.
Is it good enough that this is something you would play through?
Oh, yeah, I would play this, yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I would play it because it's like Metroid. It's like a good Metroid game.
Yeah.
You know? Which there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not really original.
Did you complete Zero Mission in Fusion?
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
I've beaten Zero Mission, Fusion, Metroid Prime, the first one on GameCube.
Oh, really?
I tried. I got really, really, really far in. There's a decorruption.
You can get up there, yeah.
Boom, decorrupt. Oh, it turns it into a platform? Is that what that just did?
Yeah.
Cool. Key card, maybe?
No, they're little storyline blocks.
I don't care about that. I'm not a storyline guy. I like gameplay. Don't care about storyline.
I like to tell myself that I care about the story, but when I sit down and actually play games, I'm going through it. Come on, let's go, let's go.
Possible.
Yeah.
There's very few games I can think of that I care about the story when I play games.
What about games like Final Fantasy VI or things like that? Chrono Trigger.
Okay, there you go. That's a good example. Final Fantasy 3, the way I know it, like with Kefka, I care about the story in that game. That's like a game you have to care about the story.
Yeah, or what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah, it's cool. It looks like a fucking ghost vacuum. It looks like you suck up some ghosts. Oh, you can actually decorrupt enemies?
Well, you can corrupt the enemies, but yeah, you can do that to them.
Corrupt the enemies. Sorry, I didn't mean to say decorrupt, but
yeah, and they.
Oh, but they turn it.
Still hurt you?
Oh, they turn
it into like a freeze. Oh, what?
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, that's bad. Can you shoot them after you do that?
Oh, you can. Okay.
Oh, and you got life from them when you did that.
Oh, that's cool.
One of the things that I thought was interesting about this game is the low life chime actually goes with the music. Like it goes on beat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the beeping.
Music in games has just gotten so good.
Yeah. Yeah, this game has a great soundtrack.
Yeah.
That is one thing I have to say for it.
Now, I'm willing to bet that the guy who designed this game himself, he at least had somebody do the music, right?
There had to have been somebody else involved in this. But then there's games like have you ever heard of the game Dust?
Yes.
Yeah, I always see people cosplaying that dude in that game. Yeah. But
I always see people cosplaying Gadget from Chippendale's Rescue Rangers. What do you think I do my time?
I always see you cosplaying
as Montgomery Jack.
Oh yeah, that's like a Tuesday here. You know what? But you know what I don't get. You can go on and you could do like perfect speed run of Contra or something, and then you play this game. It's like you fell on your head.
You talking about me personally?
Yeah. I don't get why. Like, I've seen you play modern games a few times.
Yeah.
And they're not, like, the games that you play on a regular basis are much harder.
I know where you're going with that. People make that argument of like, oh, old school NES games are so much harder, and yeah, I think overall they are, but I mean, there's new games that are hard as fucking shit. Have you ever played like the newer Ninja Gaiden games? Like,
yeah, they are hard.
PS3 and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are some of the hardest games I've ever played, and there's a lot of new games. Fucking Dark Souls.
Dark Souls, yeah.
Hard fucking game. Like I think people sort of overemphasize how hard those games are because you can play them and you can beat them. They're like Dark Souls is not as hard as Battletoads.
I think that new games are fairer, but not necessarily easier.
New games, you don't have to deal with the bullshit as much.
There's more thought put into the difficulty. But then there's games like Castlevania. I think Castlevania is a fair game. It's a hard game, but it's a fair game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
mostly.
If you die in Castlevania,
it's your fault.
It's your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then there's games like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. That game is an unfair game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is why it's bad.
Yeah.
One of the reasons.
If that game was a fair game, it would be passable.
Somebody really needs to remake that game and fix it.
Yeah, I mean, there's only a few little things, and once you get...
But you know what? If you fixed that game, what would be the point of playing it? Because the whole reason to play that game is because of the frustration and how bad it is.
Right.
You play a fixed version, it's just you're walking to the end and big deal.
When we played it...
we're in a totally like new area here.
When we played, you know, me and you, we sat down when you got the Retron 5.
Yeah.
And we played Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And up until the last level, I'd say there was a certain amount of sanity to the game.
Yeah.
Like, it was still bad.
When you get to the barrels, it's like...
But when you get to the barrels, it's like, please.
Yeah. When James did that original nerd video, like the second episode, he didn't know as much about the game that we know now, or that we knew when we were playing it. Because now we kind of know how to play it. Back then, like, he played it for like 2 minutes, and it was like, all right, fuck this. Like, because a thing of lightning would come down, he'd be dead, and he'd be like, what is this game?
Well, because it doesn't tell you. Like nowadays, there'd be like a little thing at the bottom.
Yeah,
it's like,
I know.
Oh, you turn into Hyde, and you need to get your bar up.
Yeah.
We thought it had something to do with like...
See, you need to turn the morph ball.
You need the morph ball.
I'm turning the camera off.
Yeah, right. We're done.
That's it. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Talk About Games for Axiom. I don't even know the name.
Axiom Verge.
Axiom Verge.
Metroid.
Yeah.
There it is.